Hearing some noises as you move that shoulder around, first of all, it's not bad, especially if it's not associated with pain, but you do want to get strong and mobilize. Prone reaches are one of the toughest exercises for the shoulders because we're reaching against gravity as we keep that chest just barely hovered and gaze looking straight down at the mat the entire time. You want to make sure that as you reach behind the back or overhead, you're not reaching and crawling those hands. They're just landing wherever the shoulders have the adequate range and stability and strength at this point in time. It will get better if you continue to work on these exercises, but you must come back to them over and over again in order to improve your range. Seated wall angels are one of the toughest shoulder stability exercises out there because you don't have room to cheat in your back by opening and arching, and you really have to get that good range of motion, external rotation, and flexion. So it's requiring a lot out of those shoulders and shoulder blade area. You're going to feel it light up. That is normal. It is okay to work the upper trap. We don't want to be afraid of it. However, we don't want those shoulders just going straight up to the ears. So make sure there's some room. Elongate that neck as much as possible as you do this. After you've done it on the ground, now try it against a wall. Now I love doing this with a seated position because now you have no room to really extend and cheat through the low back. Instead, you have to really use that upper back, the shoulder blades, and the shoulders to do all of the work. Now, as you're going, try not to just hug those shoulders straight up to those ears. Try to keep some space between the shoulders and the ears, but allow those shoulder blades to glide around, almost like you're thinking of that lower end of the shoulder blade going out toward the armpit area as the thumbs reach toward the wall. Keep those arms as straight as possible, and you can even challenge it at the top by doing a little pause and really pulling those thumbs to the wall. Doing shoulder flexion, pulling that arm by your ear, while in a child's pose position is one of my favorite ways to help increase that strength at that end range of motion. I use a pillow to help modify this range while you're just getting started with it. So fold a pillow or a towel between that body and then push down in one hand as you keep that arm really straight and lift that thumb up as high as you can, keeping that arm in toward that ear as much as possible. If you feel confident, you can take that pillow out and then allow those arms to stretch out even longer and see, while keeping that elbow straight, if you can press one hand down and lift and hover the other hand. It's only a hover for about 5 seconds, but trust me, it gets tough, especially if you're thinking of pulling that shoulder down away from that ear, keeping that arm really straight and hugging it into your head as much as possible. It should be difficult and the hand should barely be able to get off the floor if you're in that end range position. I love coming back to this one as a warm-up.